So if you've gotten an interview for a job, you've managed to make it a lot farther than a lot of people who apply for the same position. So how do you move forward from there? How do you solidify those chances of getting the job you want? Our career expert Randy Wooden now has some advice on how to avoid making mistakes.
Sure.
It's the wrong time to make a mistake when you got that big interview, right?
Well, chances are fewer and farther between in a tough economy, so you have to make the most of your opportunity.
Okay. What's a mistake that we might make in the interview?
There could be any number of mistakes, but we all know that we need to ask questions.
Okay.
One of the big complaints I get is from candidates is, hey, the employer already covered everything I wondered about, and I'm stuck at the end with no questions to ask.
Well, that sounds like a good interview. They covered all the stuff that you need them to.
Sounds like it, but you know, too, from the employer standpoint, they want you to look like you have done your research, like you're prepared, and if you don't have any questions and sit there, that looks bad. So you need to ask questions.
Okay, like if you've already talked about the job, you've already talked about responsibilities and who you are and things like what might be a good area to explore?
Well, I actually want to dig a little deeper on this thing, if I could, Brad. And by the way, congratulations on 25 years. That's pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
That's great.
Did you bring a card?
It's in the car.
Okay.
It's in the mail. No, what you want to do with this thing is when a lot of times they'll ask you a question early on, things like, could you tell me about yourself?
Okay.
Or anytime they ask you a question, you as the answerer have the floor, and you can talk for as long or as short a time as you want.
Right.
Ideally, you want to be concise. But while you're talking, you can end your answer with a question. Mm-hmm. You could transition by saying something you mentioned a minute ago reminded me of, or I wanted to ask you about. And that way
it turns into a good conversation.
Exactly. It's a dialogue between.
So it doesn't look so much like I've got a list of questions. I'm engaged in the conversation.
Sure.
Okay, that's fair enough.
In an ideal world, that's what you want to have accomplished. Sometimes that's not possible. Mm-hmm. And if that is possible at the end, then if you are stuck, sometimes you do get stuck. But I would argue when you're answering questions, you've got a chance to work some answers and questions back at them.
So be ready to kind of keep the conversation going, keep those questions going.
Sure.
What's another mistake that people do sometimes?
We all know we need to research a company.
Right.
What does that mean, and how do we do it effectively?
Acme Amalgamated Corporation Incorporated.
With the internet, you can go online.
Yeah. Right.
Most everybody has a website. Everybody knows to go there, and if you've done that, you haven't done anything at all beyond what the normal person
everybody does that.
Everybody does that. Check out things like social media. Try to find out what the public is saying about the company. Go to LinkedIn and look at, if you can find the person you're interviewing with, find out about their background. Google the company and find out press releases. A bad question, if I walked into an interview with you, is to say, so what network are you? Or
you would absolutely
that would be a bad question.
Know, right.
We want to do research beyond just simply what do you do, what do you make.
That's going to play in well to that first part of it. You know, I'm informed about the company. I'm ready to engage in a conversation, but I'm also informed about who. That's why I want to work for you, because I understand your company, right?
Exactly. Information gathering questions such as how big are you, what do you make, those are things you usually should learn off to the side. You want to get more detail about job content, objectives of the position, and the questions you ask, Brad, need to be somewhat tailored to the position that you're applying for. CEO will ask different questions from an hourly customer service person, obviously.
Hey, real quickly, you've got kind of a special net presence going on.
Well, we do, yeah. We do every Thursday at noon. We do a webinar, and we'll be launching very soon a daily channel on the internet for job hunters.
Really?
Daily, every day, and you can tune in, no problem. And you could check your website out.
And the website is
woodengroup.com.
So if people want to find out more, they can go there for it. Neat ideas, and as you said, a daily update, maybe give you the ideas you've been looking for. Randy, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
In the meantime, he's got free Get Hired workshops every Thursday at noon, information on how to sign up, all that on our morning page. Go to myfox8.com and click on Morning News.